Hey moviegoers, FPG here, and today we're talking about Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey, a horror movie released in 2023. As the name suggests, this is a horror movie about Winnie-the-Pooh killing people. Let me get started by saying I actually really enjoy this movie. In fact, it's my favorite horror film of all time, and in my top 3 films. Blood and Honey was made on a budget of only $50,000 and made over $5 million at the box office worldwide, which is insane. Following the success it garnered, a sequel was immediately greenlit, and then a cinematic universe, called the Twisted Childhood Universe, and then an Avengers-style crossover titled Poohniverse: Monsters Assemble. I've mentioned this movie many times on my channel, and now it's finally time to talk about it. Let's get into Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey. Most people say that this film is a generic slasher, and to some extent, they're right. However, the film originally was going to be a lot more true to the source material, but Disney interfered and told them that they couldn't do that. I feel like that version of Blood and Honey would have made a lot more people happy, instead of the almost unanimous hatred people have for this movie. People say that they didn't have fun with the concept of Winnie the Pooh, and while they didn't do as much as they could, they had a lot of fun while filming. I've sat down and watched the 30 minutes of behind the scenes footage, and it seemed like the entire cast was really enjoying being on set. Probably the most common criticism people have with Blood and Honey is that the masks look so fake. And while I agree that they don't look like feral bear or pig human hybrids, I actually prefer the look of Pooh in Blood and Honey rather than the version in the sequel. The mask just looks a lot scarier than the prosthetics in Blood and Honey 2, especially when they use CGI to change the mask's expression. There's one shot where Pooh is just smiling wider and wider as he approaches his victims. The kills in this movie are also pretty creative. I've heard a lot of people say that the kills were generic and bad, but they aren't. Pooh slaps half a guy's face off, and I've never seen that done before. Finally, the last thing I'd like to compliment is the score. I've only heard one person actually bring up the soundtrack, and of course, they called it generic tension music. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Andrew Scott Bell literally bought a violin that was used as a beehive. That doesn't sound generic to me. As someone who has literally listened to the entire soundtrack over 10 times, I think it's not too bad. I mean, obviously I've heard better, but I wouldn't say it's generic. Overall, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is a fun movie. It's got some decent kills, some entertaining moments, and some horrendous acting that I can't help but laugh at. I do completely understand why people hate this movie, whether it's because you don't want to see Winnie the Pooh kill people or because it's just not your thing. But I think that if you're even slightly interested, you should give it a watch. I've seen it 6 or 7 times now, and it doesn't ever disappoint. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, comment your probably negative thoughts below, and, as always, I'll see you next time on the FPG channel. Thanks for watching.